I'm just gonna ignore that with the van that also says free candy. You'll probably pull up in both of those. Free candy and free mayo.
I'll pull up in the white van.
Yeah, dude.
Free candy and free mayo. Actually, you probably shouldn't do that. That doesn't sound good at all. Come on.
So bad.
Oh, man.
You want to do an intro or something?
Yeah,
now?
all right.
Dude, so I, before we came here, I had my regular chicken and rice.
Yep.
So 8 ounces of chicken, 8 ounces of rice.
Mm.
I had then 10 chicken wings and a personal pizza,
Ooh.
all in less than half an hour, and that includes cooking time.
So say that again. You had 8 ounces of chicken, 8 ounces of rice, 10 chicken wings?
10 chicken wings and a personal pizza, all in less than half an hour.
Like, are we talking Pizza Hut personal pizza that's like this, or are we talking Red
No,
Baron?
About like that big.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
12-inch pizza.
Wow.
No, it wasn't 12 inches. I mean, yeah, that was totally 12 inches, dude. That pizza was totally 12 inches, man.
So what?
I feel so good about myself right now.
You feel full?
Thanks for being married, babe.
You feel full?
No.
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 Like you keep eating.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Did you up your calories?
No.
No.
I mean, yes, but not like.
Not crazy.
Yeah, I'm not like trying to go eat stupid.
Yeah.
Like that was.
That was like so last year.
Yeah.
Nobody eats like that
Oh
anymore.
my God.
So what are you doing like calorie wise right now?
I'm not even tracking it right now.
No, just like
Yeah,
shove
I
whatever
just
in your
kind
mouth.
of like stopped paying attention for a little while. I was
Yeah.
starting to get like too this sounds pretty weak and gay, but I was getting too hungry, and I know that if I were to continue going down the diet path that I was on, it was going to absolutely crush any sort of hope of gaining strength. I would look
Okay.
fantastic,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be able to perform as well as I want.
Yep.
And I didn't feel like right now making that trade-off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be able to perform better.
Yeah.
And
Because right now you're going for your strength more than
Yeah.
you look
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still trending body fat down, muscle up. Weight is kind of staying the same,
Oh.
but I'm getting leaner.
Yeah. That's kind of what I want to do.
So
Although
it's yeah.
my body fat's going down right now. Actually,
How's your strength?
strength is actually good, honestly. I've been increasing
Good.
5 to 10 pounds every week, so that's still going up. I've been kind of I don't want to say like struggling getting the protein in, but making like that's been kind of like my main focus. I feel like I'm also eating 8 ounces of chicken.
Yeah.
You know,
You tried my chicken and salsa.
I did. So, we're really trying to now. We all know I'm like I'm a health freak, right? So not when it just comes to macros. Like I like looking at the ingredients, knowing what's going in my body.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to stay away from like the seed oils.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, because they're really not good for you. Right?
Nah.
I know people try to, you know, like, oh well, it's not butter. And it's
Anybody
not
who
this.
says that seed oils are good for you probably looks like you moderate a Reddit subreddit.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been trying to stay away from seed oils.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's in everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's in like crackers and stuff. You know, it's
Yeah.
in dressings.
Yeah, it's in everything that
Everything.
you're meant to just consume, so that way
Yeah.
you can stay fat, weak, and stupid.
Yeah. Especially like soybean oil. It's like one of the worst.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
people are like, oh, what about sunflower oil? It's from sunflowers, but it's like it's how it's processed, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's not. It takes months, sometimes a year or so for them to even come out of your body, and while they're in your body, it's just wreaking havoc on all your cells. So
Hormones, cells.
yeah, hormones, huge on hormones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, we talk about testosterone a lot. It does a number on testosterone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm very well aware. I haven't, try not to anyway. I have been years, I've been not eating, right? I mean,
Like the
anything
seed-
soy,
Yeah.
anything seed oils, anything whatever.
Yep.
Anything, just anything that's not relatively holistic, meat,
Right.
chicken, rice, whatever.
Yep.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
So we've been taking a lot of that stuff out. So the kind of sauce that I used to mix in with my rice and stuff
Soy
to make
sauce,
sure
right?
not dry. No, I didn't use soy sauce. I used to use coconut aminos.
What was that like Kirkman's thing? The Kikkoman.
I mean, that's in the fridge. We don't really use
Kikkoman.
it, but it's coconut aminos.
Okay.
It's like a natural. It's like a substitute for Kikkoman. But we don't really use Kikkoman a whole lot. I don't even remember the last time we used the Kikkoman.
The last time you had steak, and I was over here, and you're like, "You want some steak?" And then you proceeded to like hand me some like soy.
That was
Kikkoman
no,
stuff.
that was sesame sauce from Panda Express.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was like before I knew like seed oils were bad, but it was really before we started really be like, yo, honestly, we should probably just kick this to the curb. You know? So we did away with that. And I was just in the fridge. I'm like, yo, what am I gonna use to mix this dry chicken and rice? You know what I mean? I could just scarf it down, you know, but I'm like, that's a lot of rice to scarf, and you just gnaw on. You know what I mean? You put all that dry, you put dry chicken and dry rice, and you're just like, you know. So
Well, you know what, dude? If you just scoop it in and swallow fast enough,
Well, you shred
don't
yours
get it
too,
down.
don't you?
The chicken, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do that with a KitchenAid
oh, okay.
beforehand. Then pre-portion it out, and then I'll just.
So do you
You go.
you put it in the KitchenAid and shred it and then bake it, or you bake
No.
it then KitchenAid and shred
Bake it and then put it in the KitchenAid to shred it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
that just takes away doing this with a fork for 18 years. Yeah.
Or hearing that on the plate the whole time you're just cringing.
It just
You know
makes
what I
you
mean?
angrier the longer you do it.
So when I open up the fridge, I'm like, what am I gonna use? And there was just some salsa staring at me in the second shelf. I'm like,
Mild, medium, or hot?
ooh, babe, what's in the fridge right there? It's mild.
All right. Listen,
mild.
man, I used mild for a long time.
I'm not a big fan of hot things, man. Honestly. I know they're really good for you. Like cayenne pepper is extremely good for you. It like heals your digestion, and it's crazy how it heals your digestion. Like it can heal stomach ulcers naturally, right? It's crazy that stuff like that burns going down and like burns coming out, you know what I mean, is actually healing your digestion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
burns calories too. We really want to get like scientific with it. It burns calories. You're heating up your core
Scientifical.
temperature. Yeah, you're heating up that core temperature. You're sweating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I tried it, gave it a shot, and I was like, yo, this isn't bad. And I think I've been using it the last few meals, at least until I make some mayo.
Yeah. Oh,
Some
what?
some homemade mayo.
Nope.
Oh man, it's good. It's good. I've made it probably like 5 times already. Yeah, it's good. But it's natural. There's no soy. It's avocado oil and eggs.
All right.
Yeah.
Roger.
Yeah. So that's it. I warm up. I pasteurize an egg real quick, and then put in a cup of avocado oil and use a stick blender, and you got mayo. It's that easy. You do a little like, mustard and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
at least and it only lasts like a week. You know, but at least you know you got some real mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It tastes like restaurant
It's
style.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
If I liked mayonnaise, that would be a cool
I
thing.
grew up on mayonnaise.
Dude, I can't do it.
Really?
Nah.
Is it like the texture?
Nah, it's just I just don't like it.
No.
Nah, I'm just not a fan.
When you do like subs and stuff like back in the day, did you? When's the
Yeah,
last
so
time you had a
listen,
sub?
dude, so when I was young, my go-to sandwich was turkey, cheese, and mayo,
Oh, okay.
right? At some point in my life, I just realized that this is disgusting.
why am I eating this?
Yeah. Yeah, I just sat
Was
there
it like
one day
mid
and-
sandwich?
Nah.
Like-
Nah,
like
you know
were
what?
like-
So
like you were like,
tuna kind of ruined it for me too.
oh
You
really?
mix it with tuna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tuna, I had a bad day with tuna, and now I just can't eat mayonnaise either.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not even mayonnaise. It's not even the mayonnaise fault. It was who mayonnaise was with. Wow.
Listen, you're guilty by
association.
association, bro.
That's racist.
That's racist.
That's racist.
Man.
Come on, man. You can't do that.
Listen, I'm a professional.
I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be outside your house at lunchtime with just like a big card. That
Free
says,
mayonnaise.
Give mayonnaise another chance.
Free mayonnaise.
Free my man Mayo. Free Hellman's.
Free
Oh
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that with the van that also says free candy. You'll probably pull up both of those. Free candy and free mayo.
I'll pull up in the white
Yeah,
van.
dude.
Free candy and free mayo. Actually, you probably shouldn't do that. That doesn't sound good at all. Come on.
So bad.
Oh man.
You want to do an intro or something?
Yeah,
now?
all right. Well,
All right.
welcome to the Peak Performance
Yeah, roger
Podcast. Thank you for watching.
What is this? Episode 11 now?
This is episode 11.
Yeah, episode
And-
11. Welcome.
Episode 11 for the first 13 minutes. We've just been rambling.
Yeah, is that how long it's been?
Yeah, it's been 13 minutes. Something like that.
Well, now we got to get the official timer.
Yeah. So we started on with the seed oils,
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
But so let me just finish saying I do enjoy the salsa with the chicken and
Yeah, man.
and the rice.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it's an absolutely stellar combination.
Yeah. Do you ever salt your salsa?
No.
No. I think that's the only
No.
thing it was missing for me. Was like it needs like that.
So when you assault salsa, do you just like sneak up on it, punch it a couple times, or
Oh, do I assault it? Absolutely.
yeah,
I do.
yeah. All right.
So I'd put it on there and I'd mix it up and then I'd assault it with some salt.
All right.
So
Putting some salt in the wounds. All right. Let's just carry on.
So today we want to talk about something that it affects everybody. Is how do you stay on track with a busy lifestyle?
I don't. I just cry in the corner and wait for someone else to do it for me.
Yeah, does anybody show up?
Never. Not one
No.
time.
No. So then nothing gets done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Story of my life, dude. I just haven't done anything since like 2012.
Yeah. Well, I feel like everybody has a bit. At least today, everybody has or claims they have a very busy lifestyle. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
I'll tell you what, man. Monica and I say this all the time. We thought we were busy before kids, right, babe? We thought we were busy, but it's like now, like you have a family, and every day is just busy. You know, with just some. You are half focused on everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus between all the activities. The kids have activities. Naya has dance. Knox does drums, which we've been talking about putting him back into jiu-jitsu because he needs to move.
Yeah.
That little man needs to move.
Yeah. Just get him into wrestling, dude. You should
Well, I
get
think they have it there too. I gotta ask them if
Journeyman right up in Malta, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, brother. I'm telling you.
We gotta see how much it is.
It's not super cheap.
Okay.
I think we've talked about it before.
We did. We
Briefly.
touched on it.
I don't remember how much it is, but that said, you will. I don't think you'll get the structure that you want for him at a jiu-jitsu place. Jiu-jitsu instructors and people in that world are just kind of more lax by
They're
default.
more business.
More relaxed.
Yeah.
Like they're just kind of, yeah, dude. So like whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
hey, yeah. Oh, look at you. You're doing this kind of like whatever. Whereas with wrestling, dude, you're going to get a coach, especially with Journeyman.
Yeah.
They have like a really, really, really good program.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because one of our favorite instructors up where he takes jiu-jitsu, he's also the wrestling coach. And he is a coach. I there's a difference between coach and an instructor.
Right.
Right. the coach is the one that's kind of like get in your face and kind of push you, right? And the instructor, like you said, they're gonna be like, oh, it's good job, you'll get it next time, type of deal, but the coach is like, no, you need to move, we're not resting right now, you need to keep going, right? I feel like they would push you, so Coach Dan, his name is up there, he's a wrestling coach. He does the no gi and the gi jiu-jitsu, and he's got like an insane amount of awards, and he's a world-class, I think he's like a world-class champ. He's got all these awards and stuff. But he's the loudest there, and he's the one that the kids love the most, and he pushes the kids the most.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's what I want. I can't tell you how many times I've told Monica, I'm like, that's who I want to coach my son. Because that's who I had. That type of coach is who I had throughout my entire high school career in football, was those type of coaches. And that's what pushed me to be better and better and better.
Yep.
To where I'm not hating on any of the other instructors there, but they do tend to be laxed.
Yeah.
Like you hit
that kind of goes with the territory with jiu-jitsu. Like a lot of I'm not going to say all, but a lot of those dudes, they're like, they'll go train, they'll go smoke some weed afterwards, like they'll go, they're not like super serious, and like it's more of like almost an art form to them than it is like an actual combative sport to be trained, right? So
would you say they take it more as like an extracurricular activity rather than a sport?
Like
more of like a hobby thing?
Yeah. I think that's a kind of how to look at it would be. There's a difference, I guess, between, I don't know how to put this correctly, but like sport jiu-jitsu, meaning, or like combatives jiu-jitsu, like you're gonna compete in a tournament and like, you're really training for something. Yeah. Versus just training to learn the martial art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah. So the I don't know if all the schools around here do the NAGA. This one, they do try to train the kids to do the NAGA whenever they come around here. I don't know how often they come around, but they seem like they compete a few times a year. I just remember, I mean, you can see all their awards and their placards and stuff on the wall. They love to train everybody to go to those tournaments.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of business comes from those.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, thinking about putting him back in there just so you can get some movement, and he's just always trying to just wrestle. You know what I mean? And he just needs to get that testosterone. You know what I mean, flowing and out, because that's what boys like.
Be productive with it, man. Yeah. Like if you're gonna have it and want to use it and want to do it, be productive with it. Train. Right. Like, there's nothing worse, right, than like somebody that thinks they know how to fight, and I'm not, there's nothing worse than someone who thinks they know how to fight and like wants to do that and like wants to constantly, and then they don't know what they're doing. Right. It's like stop, dude. Yeah. Just stop. Yeah. Go train. Well, there's also be better.
There's also a difference between people that have trained but have never actually been in the situation. Right. Because like when you're in a tournament and it's a structured, organized match, it's completely different than, hey, you're fighting somebody on the street and they don't care about rules. They're going to grab everything and anything they can. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I really think like the two go hand in hand. I agree. There's nothing like being out with somebody and think that they know how to throw down and you find out. Yeah. I've had people leave me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, all right, let's go, and nowhere to be found. Kim will attest to that. She's been out 2 or 3 of those situations.
I didn't leave him.
No. Her and John.
My sister sticks around.
Yeah. So
it's my wife right there, dog.
So, but yeah, man. So might do that, which is probably gonna busy the schedule even more, because I think his classes. So his classes are Tuesday and then Saturday, and then we do a life group on Wednesday, and then Mania has dance on Thursday. So what does that leave? and then we podcast on Sundays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that leaves Monday and Friday are and then I got to do my client check-ins.
Yep.
So it's like it leaves maybe Friday. You know what I mean? So
And then oh yeah, by the way, also whenever we can squeeze in time in between that, we have to film car stuff.
car stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like,
But we're I always tell people, man, and this is like one of the points that I have written down is as long as you properly plan things, you can achieve anything you have on your schedule, right?
Yeah.
As long as you don't, I will speak from my own experiences. As long as you don't overchunk yourself,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Don't let your mouth overload your back. Is one of my favorite things to say and kind of dwell
I stole
on.
that. I stole that, and I have used it.
Did you?
Like recently?
Oh, dude, but it's true though.
He sure did.
It's true though, and I know we've all said this before. If it's not an F yeah, then it's a no.
Yeah.
And that one was hard for me to get to, but I'm loving it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as you can plan everything, I think everything can get done. I think it really just comes down to proper time management. You know what I mean? So we all have a busy schedule. We just heard what may be changing, with us maybe in the near future. And things still got to get done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which means in order for me to get my workout in, I'm still pumping away at 4:30. It's the only slot I have. You know what I mean? So I think as parents, and all you parents out there can relate to this. Your entire adult life is crammed into that hour or two at the end of the night after the kids go to bed. But that's if you're awake long enough. Yeah.
Damn.
Yo.
So internet.
No.
Internet, just so you're aware, we currently have a live studio audience, and
Yeah.
that consists of
wives.
Monica, which is Steve's wife, and also, my wife is the auto switcher.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
Yeah.
love how she's like, sup. Like,
Yeah. She'll probably pop her head cameo. Sup? That's me. Sleeposaurus Rex.
Sleeposaurus Rex.
Sir Snooze a lot.
Sir?
Well, the rapper's name was Sir Mix-a-Lot.
that's right.
Oh,
You remember that?
yeah. Whoa, too young.
I like.
All right,
you.
settle down,
I cannot
cradle
lie.
robber. All right, whatever, dude. I'll just, you know what? Why don't you just give me my binky back, and I'll just crawl back in my crib, then.
Might as well.
Jeez. What'd she say?
What'd you just say?
I'm glad you are not mic'd up. One of these days, we'll bring them all on to the podcast. We should just do anyways. It's
Yeah.
always entertaining when,
Yeah.
when we're all
The
chatting.
wives have a lot to say.
Yes, that surprises nobody that women have a lot to say. And I just got removed from the internet. Guarantee that.
No, you just loaded up on a bunch of comments.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I wonder who's going to comment. Probably women.
Yeah, that's all right. Load up on the comments. That's more content.
Oh, God. We're going to have to react to, like, comments of women commenting on my woman comments.
Well, you ever seen those celebrities
Yeah.
that read like
The
their
mean
own-
tweets?
The mean tweets.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, could you imagine
Mean
what they say
YouTube
about us?
comments?
Oh,
Dude, great.
I would do that. I would do that.
I would love to
And I
do
would just
that.
laugh. They'd probably be like, "Yo, who's the dude with the weird looking eye?"
The
I don't know.
Why do you
I don't
have a
know. I'm
weird
making
eye,
something
bro?
up. I'm trying to think of something.
Oh, you're so perfect. You have to think that hard about where you're not
Now that
perfect.
just sounds egotistical. Babe, what's one thing that's wrong with me?
She
I'm
over
not-
there. She said, "I got a list of about 12. I'm writing them down right now."
Hey.
Wow. So we are way off track. Speaking
Yeah.
about how do you stay on track?
Yeah.
With a
Well,
Billy-
we're scattermined. So is my schedule.
How do you stay on track? Well, you don't.
Yeah. So I mean, to one good point, the point that you had was,
Yeah.
you force yourself.
Yeah, dude.
You force yourself.
So part of that forcing yourself, right? That sounds like kind of a not fun way of doing it, which it's not. But the rest of that says, force yourself, but you know the end state of what you're working towards,
Yeah.
and you know what's actually required to get to that end state. Like
Yeah.
if your end goal, is I want to deadlift 600 pounds. You know that you have to put in X amount of work every single week to be able to prime your central nervous system, prime the rest of your body in order to be able to do that task. So you have to force yourself, if that's something that you're actually committed to and you're working towards, you have to know what's required and force yourself to do the things that are required, the steps that are required. If that means going to the gym once a week, you go to the gym once a week. If it means going twice, you go twice. If it means going X, Y, Z, all the way up to 5, 10, whatever.
All the work is required.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yep.
Not just some of it.
Yeah.
You know? Because you know, like goals like that, you can't. You're trying to deadlift 600 pounds. You're not just doing that every other week. You know what I mean?
I mean unless you're Kyle.
Right. Or, you know, if you're Mike Menzer, you know what I mean? Because I know he has some training philosophies that are, you know, really stretching your rest periods out, you know?
Yeah.
But the point is, you know, to do all the work, not just some of it, you know what I mean? And keep your eye on the prize, pretty much,
Yeah.
you know? I love when I saw that, I was like, yo, this is literally like the only reason we need on here. You know what I mean? To keep things going.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Do what's required.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Trademarked from Steve.
I'll do what's required.
Do what's required.
You know? And you have to choose that every morning. You know, because laziness is something that hits everybody. You know what I mean? Even like the most disciplined individuals, they still deal with the feeling of laziness. It's how they deal with the feeling of laziness.
So there's actually a really cool thing, and I can't remember exactly how it goes. I have this on me now, though, so I can find out.
Oh.
So, but it's something to do with what's the difference between someone who's brave and someone who's a coward. It's not the feeling. It's
they do it
how they do or how they act under the certain circumstance or something like that. Let me look it up real quick and then
Well, it's almost like that saying, you know, it's like the definition of courage is not the lack of fear, it's doing it scared. Right, doing it even though you're scared. So it's kind of the same way with discipline, is do it even though you feel lazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like feel the laziness and do it anyways. You know, that's like one of the biggest things that I think about. And I know Monica and I have said it quite a few times, right? Just take the feeling out of it. You know, you lay there in bed and you're like, man, you know what? I could just lay here. This bed feels good. But that's just the thing. You're sitting there and you're like, this feels good, you know?
Yeah. The difference between this, so this is a quote from Eric Walters. The difference between a brave man and a coward is not how he feels, but what he does despite those feelings. So that, wow, my voice is all jacked up tonight. Yeah. So that is you could just replace, you know, with the disciplined person with someone who's lazy. Is not what they feel, but how they act.
Right. Because that's like a lot of things that you like what you hear with a lot of people, like, yeah, I feel like I just like lost motivation. I feel like I just can't get motivated. Well, the motivation is not the problem, because the motivation is going to come and go. We know that.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, you could be motivated like crazy one week because you
watched the YouTube video,
watched something on YouTube, right? Or had a good conversation with somebody, with a friend, or scrolling through Facebook and you saw somebody have like this crazy transformation, and they're like, I can't believe how good I feel, right?
Yeah.
And then that week, well, you just like climaxed on your motivation. Dude, come on. You know,
you said it.
But it like peaks that motivation, right? And really that motivation, I guess you can't even call it motivation. It's just a little bit of inspiration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, so if you feel like you need to be just driven off motivation alone, chances are you're probably not going to do everything that's required, right?
Yep. You're going to wait until it feels good, until it feels right, until you feel blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, right.
Nah.
You know, so maybe one thing you could do is like, all right, what is it that sparked that inspiration, and how can I look at that thing or think about that thing daily to just keep that fire lit? You know what I mean? Because when you have a busy schedule, man, it's when you feel overloaded, and you feel like, you know, you probably say to yourself, I just feel like I haven't had any time to myself. You got to find a way to get around it, you know, to get things done, you know, because you start giving into that stressful feeling of like, oh, I just feel overloaded, you know. Then all it takes is that one time for you to be like, maybe I'll just skip today.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude.
Maybe I'll just skip today.
That dangerous little path that you go down.
Yeah. And I believe that's called the law of diminishing intent.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just going to call it the slippery slope thing.
That too.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what it is, though.
Yeah.
But it's like a psychological term. It's like the law of diminishing intent. It's you feel like easing up just a little bit, and then it leads to a little bit more of easing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe that explains kind of why I do like very well. Like when I was doing my little cut, and
sorry, the splitter just went out.
Yep, sure did. When I was doing my cut, I was doing 2-a-days.
Yep.
So I didn't have a choice but to do them both. But whereas now I don't, or recently anyway, I just kind of like, I didn't, it just, first of all, it's contrary to what my goals are. Second of all, doing it on my off days, and then it's just kind of like leads to more variables, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, right. You just kind of just chucked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
So you figured out like what kind of worked for you with where you're trying to go and your lifestyle now.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess what the point that I was trying to make is that the point I'm trying to make is that I did better when I had less options, meaning instead of like only rucking in the morning and not working out at night, I just, every day I was working out, I was rucking, and it was every day of the week.
Right.
So I didn't have a break. There was
Right.
no break. I just kept going every single day, over and over and over and over and over again.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that law of diminishing intent is why that worked better for me. Whereas like I'd be like, I don't have to ruck this morning. I can sleep in a little bit.
Right.
So then the next day
it starts to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it like.
with me, it's all or nothing. That's kind of like how my life, you know what I mean? I mean, that's how it's been.
Yeah, you just summed up Monica and I to the T. We always say we're either all in or we're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we're extremists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But is it really a bad thing?
No, I don't think so anyway.
Yeah, some people would be like, oh, it's, you know, you're too much this way or too much this way. It's like, well, when you have a goal to get after, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of just want to get after it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, because when you start to ease up a little bit, it doesn't really just affect that day. It does, you know, it starts to leak into like other compartments of your life. You know what I mean? You know, it doesn't just affect like it starts to like erode away like your psyche. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, if you're easing up on your workouts, then you're easing up in your actual work. You know what I mean? You're like, maybe you're not getting to work 15 minutes early anymore. You're like 5 minutes late, or like you're right on time.
Yeah.
It just starts to overflow, you know, into other areas of your life, and it's not a good thing, you know. And that's how people end up getting, I guess, I don't want to say like burnt out, but they kind of start to get into like a depression in a way. Because then they're like, well, I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Because it starts to stack up. And then like years from now, you're like, yo, I don't know why I gave up.
Here's what it is. It's instead of having small micro wins all throughout the day, you're just pounding yourself over and over and over again with micro losses.
Yeah.
So you've just essentially trained yourself through over time and through all these failures,
Yeah.
right? To fail. You've
Yeah.
trained yourself to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why, like, if you go look at like powerlifting and stuff, you never, while you're in a program on your way up, you don't ever want to fail a lift, because then it primes your central nervous system to fail.
Right.
Everything on throughout your entire programming should be maybe hard, but it should move well.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for the training, right? It it'll be hard, obviously, but it should be able to be done every single day.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Isn't it
Scared
crazy how
myself.
much we talk about the nervous system in fitness?
Yeah.
And like that doesn't just affect fitness, it literally affects everything.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life is just training. Like every area of your life, you're training relationships, you're training time management, you know, because this is what this really comes down to, is just time management and getting those micro wins in.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Not overloading yourself. Yeah, that's it. That's the podcast. Have a good night.
Like, comment, subscribe. Please, women, leave comments about how much I offended you.
No, but seriously, man, you know, it's don't set yourself up for failure.
Yes.
You know, going back to don't let your mouth overload your back.
Mhm.
When we commit to things, I was reading this book. I'm a bookworm. I'm a nerd. Monica calls me that all the time. I am. I like to read a lot of books, and this one book I was reading, I forget who it was by, but it was about time management.
I can't even read. Carry on, though.
Oh.
He told me I can't read good.
Yeah, so he was talking about, you know, how your mind has these attention units.
Yep. Okay.
You only have so many. And he says,
I've got like 2 of them.
yeah.
Tops.
So he was talking about when you commit to something, right? It doesn't matter if it's big or small. What matters is that you're in your mind, your subconscious mind just cares that you committed to it. It doesn't matter if you're like, oh, I'll take that garbage out later, right? It's you committed to that. It's set within your nervous system. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
It's set within your nervous system somewhere. You are holding on to that subconsciously, right? So when you like overload yourself, right, your mind is constantly in a state of stress, and it's constantly saying, well, we have all these things that we need to do, and we need to be able to delegate a certain amount of energy to this entire list, right? So when you and you only have so much, and where you place your focus is where you put your energy, right? So if you are half focused in a whole bunch of different things, you're only ever going to get half the effort and everything, right?
Right.
So I guess what I'm getting at is when you just overload your schedule and you're committing and you're committing and you're committing, you're not giving yourself enough, you're not allowing yourself to use the proper amount of energy to get things done the way that they need to be, as efficient as they need to be, right? So when you have something to do every single hour of the day, you know, your mind is just like, well, when's it going to end? And then people are always like, well, how do you overcome procrastination? This is what leads to procrastination. When you have so much stuff that you have to do, and at the end of the day, you're like, there's so much to do. I'm just going to take a nap. Right? Because your brain is literally like, dude, I'm overloaded. I don't even know where to start. And I don't even think I have enough energy to do that. So then I'm just going to take a nap. That's what happens. And that's where laziness kind of creeps in,
Right.
for the most part. So a lot of the reason why people don't get things done is, one, you're either just straight up lazy, or two, you're overcommitted, right? Where I found that I fall off, and this has been an ongoing journey. We've talked about this before. Is
Yep.
I do have a tendency to overchunk myself, to just stack, right? So much to where, you know, I've had to switch my gym schedule to the mornings. I used to work out midday, right? I used to allot myself like, you know, an hour in the middle of the day to get my workout done. But that doesn't happen anymore, just because, you know, more clients equals more work, which equals more workouts to be done, more check-ins, all that stuff, right? So now I don't have that time to do that. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So now The only time I can get my workout in is in the morning. That's the only time that works for me. I can't do it at night. If I do it at night, I'm going to be up all night, and then I can't get up in the morning. You know what I mean? Because my nervous system's just so jacked up. You know, unless you're like Kyle and you smoke weed, put down a whole pizza, and you can go to sleep. You know what I mean? But I can't, man. When I train and I work out, I do push myself to where I am at failure. I know what that feels like for myself, and I do that, and it overstimulates me. So I move it to the mornings so that I can stay stimulated all day long and I get a whole bunch of stuff done. You know what I mean? So like I said, a lot of times people are they're overbooked. You know what I mean? And a lot of it is you are busy doing nothing. Right? You're just doing busy stuff. You're not doing things that push the needle forward. So if we talk about things that we focus on daily, I was saying try to focus on that one thing that might inspire you, to motivate you every single day, to make that choice of not being lazy. Is when I'm having my quiet time in the morning with the Lord, I'm praying, and I ask Him to help me to live this day the way you created it for me to live, right? The way you want me to live this day.
Right.
But I also write down to only work on things that are going to push the needle forward.
Yep.
That's it. What are the 3 things that I can do today that are going to push the needle forward? Everything else after that is just a bonus, right? So that I can, after I do those 3 things, all right, I have those 3 things done. I got my wins for the day.
Right.
Right? Anything after that is extracurricular.
What is like the end state that you're working towards?
For me?
Yeah.
Fitness wise?
Well, no. Like, I mean, I guess partially fitness wise, but also, like right. So you want to move the needle forward.
Yes.
Where is that needle going, and what does that look like when it gets to where it's going?
So, there's a needle for every compartment of my life, right? Obviously.
Me too.
So there's a needle for every compartment of my life. My family needs to move forward.
Right.
I need to move forward spiritually, mentally, physically.
Okay.
Me as a father, that needs to move forward.
Yep.
My business wise, obviously, I always want to keep growing that in the form of how can I make my clients better so that they can help other people be better. And I feel like God's just gonna bless. If we're trying to put like a dollar amount financially on my business, the truth is, whatever number will make my family, I don't want to say financially free, right? That's cool, but I've been working years to try to not put my trust on money, because when I put my trust on money, I'm not trusting God, right? And I don't want to make that sound like Christianese, but it's something that I've been working on, that we've been working on, right? So the end goal is to grow more in my business, to help as many people as possible while allowing God to take care of our family financially.
Right. Okay.
And if our God, which He is the God of abundance, that'll be X number that He decides that aligns with the effort that I put into my business.
Okay.
Right. So I let Him set that, and I just keep continuing with the effort that I put in.
Right.
As far as like my family, I want to continue to be the example for my kids.
Yep.
And that is something that I have to think upon daily.
Yep.
Parents out there, you could either relate or you don't know, but your kids will grow to an age where they start to figure you out.
Ain't nobody gonna figure me out, dude.
Your kids will grow to an age to where they'll say, okay, is mom or dad doing what they tell us to do?
Yeah.
Are they living out what they tried
100%.
to instill in us? And that's a big thing. And while that may seem hard, it's actually good, because now that is a massive why for you to have every morning you wake up. Okay, I want my kids to live to this level, and if I'm the leader that I'm supposed to be, if my kids are supposed to be here, I have to, as a natural leader, be 10 steps ahead of them.
Can I just say it's also probably easier that way? Maybe this is just me and my own opinion and maybe a different sense, right? But I could almost think that it's probably easier to just, you don't have to explain anything to anybody. You don't have to talk somebody into doing something. You just do what you
Yes.
would do.
Yes.
And you set the example for the
Yes.
people around you.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have to be your kids. I mean,
Right.
it can be, it should
Right.
be, it will be.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be. That can be for anybody that you meet.
Yep.
Right?
But that's a leader, right?
Well,
I
yeah.
1000% agree. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
Right. But how true is it? You set the example in your environment. I mean, we tell that to the kids all the time, guys. Wherever you go, set the example. Be the example. It's going to be hard because everybody's going to go this way because it feels good, right? Everybody's going to go with the world because it feels good to go this way. And
And you're taught as from a very young age, do what feels
Right.
right, follow your heart.
right.
blah, blah.
And as we grow, we naturally want to be a part of a tribe. We naturally want to find our clique. Who's our friends? You know. So when you see people like, oh, that kid seems cool, you naturally want to do what they're doing, right? It's just like a human instinct. We kind of want to fit in and be a part of a thing, you know. So trying to teach your kids to go the opposite way when everybody else is going this way is hard.
Yep.
Especially when your kids get left out of a lot of things. Our kids get left out of a bunch of stuff. You know, they'll come home from wherever and they'll be like, well, so and so was doing this and we're not allowed to do it, so we weren't doing it. And I'm like, I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? Good.
Yeah.
You know, and in that moment, you know, and you have to, this is where like spending time with your kids and talking with your kids and saying, this is why things are the way they are. This is XYZ, this is this, right? And help them understand the world around them,
Yep.
right? Because, you know, what we would probably say to them is like, yeah, they're going to be like those people. They want to be like them, but you guys don't have to be like them. You know what I mean? You guys set the example, you know what's right, because we're supposed to make disciples of the world.
Right.
You know? So, and that's a hard lesson to teach kids, you know, especially in the middle of them being emotional. You know, when they're in the middle of being emotional, sometimes you just want them to be happy and be like, go play with your friends, and you know, and you see them being happy, but it's like, yo, if they're not doing the right thing, nip it in the butt now, because it's going to be hard to break later on down.
Yeah.
You know, so so that's the direction that Monica and I want to take our family, is always be pushing that needle with them and making sure that we're standing on that straight and narrow path of raising the kids that way. You know what I mean?
Yep. So
Fitness wise,
yep.
right now, I am, I'm cutting right now. I need to get down to about 165. I'm 185 right now. I probably won't be able to get down, but I'll probably get 170 until I'm like where I want to be. We'll have to see when I get there. But I don't have a problem with cutting. I can cut really easily, right? I get in my own head with when I start to lose strength, I don't like cutting anymore.
Yep.
So I start to do this not because I get undisciplined with the diet. It's I get changing my mind a lot.
Yeah.
So, and I know myself.
Yeah. That
right?
sounds familiar, right, babe?
Right. So like when I start to see my numbers drop, and Monica can, right, babe? Every time I come home from the gym, I had good heavy lifts today, babe. She was like, I thought you were cutting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I come home, like, I gotta eat this amount of
Oh,
carbs.
wow.
And it does. She's
Dude.
like, I thought you were cutting.
I just got called out so hard right there. Did you see her behind the?
No. Why she give
Dude.
you the eye?
She didn't give me the eye, dude. She crawled over the screen.
Oh, wow.
And damn near kissed me.
So yeah, that's that. So I right now would probably be, so here's my program to myself, right?
Yep.
And this is the problem with being a trainer, right? Or just knowing fitness, right? And I'm sure you can relate to this. Is I want to cut and then I want to build back up, right?
Yeah.
But I have such a hard time. Like, I want to stay. I'm at 185 right now. I want to stay 185 and just be lean muscle, right?
Yeah.
I want to keep going up in strength. But when I see my gym performance going down, I'm like, oh, I can't do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I come home from having like a weaker day in the gym.
You just eat everything in the house.
I do, don't I, babe? I do. I'm like, I got a heavy lift day tomorrow. Yeah. You know, I'm no longer cutting right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
For the
lifting-
next 12 hours, I'm not cutting.
Yeah. So that's something I'm working out with myself.
Yeah.
Because you know what you're supposed to do, and because you've cut before, you know how long or how short it will take you. And then bulking, I bulk. Everybody bulks faster than they cut, right? But I gain muscle thanks to Dad. I gain muscle and strength really fast. Cutting, I could be, so I'm 185 now. I by February, doing it right, mid-February, I could be 170. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I do it right and not be crazy extreme, I could be there and then start to bulk from there. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So moving the needle in that direction, and not just for the looks. I actually want to be more athletic. I do miss being athletic, and athletic in the sense of like functionality. I don't want to just, you know, put up a heavy bench press. Like, I want everything I do to be functional. So instead of doing like loading up on like a bunch of heavy squats, I actually want to do a lot of heavy lunges, because your legs, the function of your legs is more lunging than anything. You know what I mean? When you do certain things, you will use the lunge more than anything. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're carrying something heavy up the stairs, you're lunging your foot forward to do a lot of single leg lifts, right? But as far as like doing heavy squats, I don't think I want to do heavy squats anymore. But we'll see. That could change. I don't. No, I'm pretty sad. I told myself I wasn't gonna squat just because I don't want to put all that pressure on my back, on the spine, really. But so fitness wise,
They make belt squats.
they do, and I wouldn't mind that. I would do that. I just don't want to put the bar, because, you know, our family has a lot of back issues. I don't want to put the bar on my back.
Come with me
Yeah.
to the dogs.
I would even do, you know, front squats.
Nah. You
No?
want to talk about pressure on the back, dude?
Not even if you do like a lower.
Dude, have you ever seen the video? I've showed you the videos of me doing Zerchers, right?
Yeah.
And how my back looked like it got struck by lightning.
Oh no, I didn't see him.
Dude, I
see
will
those, actually.
show you pictures.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
All
dude,
right.
they are crazy.
Just muscles just firing.
Yeah, like a lot of back engagement, dude.
Yeah.
Like so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. You know, even if I do, you know, like trap bar lifts or something, you know, hit the trap bar, but. Oh yeah. Crazy pump. So that's not a bad thing, but high activation. Yeah.
So that y'all can see that.
So I guess if you look at that, do you say, well, that's a bad thing?
It certainly, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it does put a lot of strain on your back.
Yeah.
Meaning, not necessarily directly on the spine like you would a
That's more what I'm talking
squat,
about. Yeah.
but it's still a lot of like lower back pressure, because you got to
Yeah.
imagine what's holding you up straight.
Right.
If you're
Lower lumbar.
in this, it's
Yep. Yeah.
lumbar and
Yeah.
mid spine.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's more of what I'm talking about, is just putting that bar and just compressing like right on the spine. You know, so I don't think I'd have a problem with that. I just have to, you know, because I injured my back a few years ago.
That's right. I
just-
keep forgetting you had a back injury.
Yeah, just working up to that.
Yeah.
You know, so
Belt squat, dude. Telling you.
Yeah.
Lifesaver.
that,
For me.
and, you know, good mornings.
No.
You know, no, just for my lower back to try to
Yeah.
strengthen
no.
that.
No. Get rid of those.
They've kind of
Get rid of those. Start doing what are they called? Reverse hypers. If you want lower back relief, reverse hypers, and belt squat to keep the pressure off the spine.
Yeah.
Reverse hypers though, that's where it's at. I have rehabbed myself a number of times
Have you?
from lower back injuries from deadlifting with reverse hypers. absolutely they work
All right.
every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it. I haven't tried those actually.
I don't know if you can. I know ABC has a reverse hyper table.
Yeah.
I don't know if Planet does. I doubt it.
I think they do. Actually, over in the one set. I'll look.
Yeah.
I don't really pay attention like that. I literally go in.
It looks like a table, and then there's a hinge underneath it like this.
Yep.
And it swings. There's two little straps like right here,
With your legs.
right? And you put your legs in there.
Yeah.
And you lay flat on the table, and you.
Yeah.
And it's not. So this is where people get this wrong. It's not a like slow controlled motion like this. It's you're literally swinging it and trying to hold it for like a split second at the top,
Yeah.
fire at the top, and then
Yep.
let it swing back down
Right.
and up. So it's like this. It's like a very fluid pendulum type motion.
Right. I actually think my gym has one in Boston. Spa.
Yeah.
I think they have one downstairs.
Maybe.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
But
Use it,
I don't
dude.
have anything here to do that with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
You might be able to improve that. No, you don't have
Right off
anything
the
high
bench.
enough.
yeah.
No,
I can
because
build
you would
some.
need to.
I'll build anything.
Yeah, you can build anything.
I'll
dude.
build anything.
Shit, Louis Simmons, the guy that, invented it, built it in his garage,
Yeah.
and he was West Side Barbell, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's who
Yep.
invented the reverse hyper.
Wow.
Was that
Big
guy,
dudes out there.
Louis Simmons, man.
Yeah. big
Rest in
dudes over
peace. Rest in peace, Louis.
there. Wow. So we got way off that topic.
Yeah. Well, no, we were kind of.
Yeah. You're talking about
What's
my
your
end goal?
end state
Yeah.
that you're working towards?
So yeah, I guess it's hard for me to say an end state. It's because I'm always looking down the road to there's always going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to put like a number or a figure. I have an idea of the direction I want to go, and that's the direction I keep looking down every morning.
Right.
As long as I'm going down this road, it leads to success. If I go down this road, it leads to laziness.
Right. So when I think of like personally for myself, like an end state, I think of like I want to be the best X, the best X, the best Y, the best Z.
Gotcha.
Like, so what do I have to do in order to be, like, for example, like when I have kids, I'm going to be the best father. How do I do that? Well, I do it by leading, by
Right.
setting an example, by leading them, by teaching them the things that they need to know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that. So how do I do that every day? Well, practice what you preach.
Yeah.
Practice preaching, right?
Yeah. Priest, provider, protector.
Yeah, right. And then do what you need to do in order to be able to be a protector, right? So that that includes training, that includes whatever else goes into that.
Yeah.
Other things.
Yeah.
Right. So there's that. Then it's like, okay, what's the end state of being, the best powerlifter that I could be, or whatever. Well, okay, so I want to be able to be the strongest X, Y, and Z in the gym. Well, what do I have to do for that? Well, I have to deadlift this. I have to
Right.
bench press this. I have to squat this. I have to do that.
Yeah.
So like, and then, okay, how am I going to get there? Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
I'll lay out exactly what I need in order to do that.
Yeah. And-
So like, that's what I mean when I say like, what's your end state? It's like being the best X.
So I definitely want to be the best coach
Right.
that I could be
For your clients.
for
Or-
my clients. And
That was a question, yeah.
yeah, for my clients. I love mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
So, and mentorship for me and for those that I mentor. So, be the best student that I can be, because I always love learning new things.
Right.
And I remember my old boss. Shout out to Boxley's Detail. I used to run the Saratoga shop, and older Boxley, his father, we always called him Older Boxley, or Mr. B. He used to come into the shop. He was the one that founded the business, and then he gave it to his son. His son, grew it to a few locations, but he would always come into the shop, like old barbershop style. He'd come in and he'd be like, "Hey, what's going on, young man? What's going on? What's the good word?" You know what I mean? And he'd just sit in the shop, and all, customers would come in and out, and the thing at where Boxley's was located, it was in Saratoga. So come track season, we always detailed the Bentleys, the Ferraris, like all the high end cars. Right?
Yep.
I've had a chance to drive a lot of really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime these guys came in, they would never. There's only a few that would leave the cars there. All the other ones, they would come into the shop and they would watch their car as it was getting clean.
Naturally.
Right, which gave you an opportunity to get to know these guys. A lot of these guys, you know, you think like millionaires. Now, mind you, some of them have some attitudes, right? They're stuck on themselves or whatever. But there are a lot that are so ready and willing to just give information to help people, right? So I would talk to these guys. Now, mind you, when I was younger, I think when I started working there, I was 20. And by 20, 21, like, you know, I didn't have the sense to like ask the proper questions and stuff like that to get information from somebody successful. I was a relatable person at that time, to where when they would talk about something, I would relate and I would like kind of take over the conversation. And not, I wouldn't do it out of pride. That's just how I was back then, right? And so I remember one time, this one guy, he was a multimillionaire, and he would come in quite often, and we would have that type of conversation. And it was probably like the 5th or 6th visit. Mr. B, because at the time he was like late 70s, so he was knowledgeable about like looking at the situation and being like, yo, this millionaire is trying to speak knowledge into this young man, and this young man is just hard-headed, thick-headed, thinking that he knows everything, right? So I remember after that visit, you know, he left, and Mr. B was like, hey, let me tell you something. When a man like that talking to you, shut your mouth. Straight up like that. I remember he's like, you need to shut your mouth. He was like, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in that ratio, right? And I was like, and he started telling me, he was like, you can learn a lot from these people who come in here. You know, and he was like, and I'll tell you what, he's like, if there's something that somebody told me, I wish something somebody told me way back was to listen more than you speak. And I remember that so vividly that from that day on, it has followed me. And I think that's why I like to learn so much, because when I started to shut my mouth and listen more, I started to learn more. Now, like what came with that territory was, now you have to sift out the BS from the reality. You know what I mean? So, but I guess that's why I said, like, I want to be the best student possible, so that I can sift through the BS, so that I can pass it down to my kids and like change the generations to come. You know, so I want to be the best student possible, and then therefore be the best coach possible. Right. You know, to be able to make the world a better place. World peace.
Nah, we're fighting everybody.
I want to be the best fighter.
Yeah.
I want to be.
Yeah, dude. I mean? Be the best fighter, so you don't have to fight.
Well, so I mean, we talk
about
like
that's some next level thinking right there. Be the best fighter so that you don't have to fight.
Yeah, and fighting in many different ways too. You know what I mean? Not just physically, but be able to fight through them struggles. You know what I mean? But you know, we're podcasting here, so how can we be the best podcasters, or you know, ministering or
what are you talking about? We already are the best podcast, period.
Think it into existence. Do you believe in that stuff?
What?
Like speak it into existence?
I don't know, but I just did.
Yeah. Well, that's confidence.
The power of life and death is in the tongue, homie.
Yeah, that's confidence. I don't know. I think
I don't. That whole like weird vibe it into existence or whatever
it's delusional.
That silly hippie shit is.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else with that.
I think it's just 100. Like people are like, yeah, just manifest it. It's like
manifest it. Yeah, I'm gonna manifest you under my bush. Yeah, my what?
What did you say?
I meant to go. I meant to say like under.
Under my bush. I'm just trying to figure out what that word was supposed to be.
See, it wasn't even supposed to be my anything. It was gonna be under like a bunch of water. Because I was thinking about drowning somebody.
Oh.
And then I just said my, and then I was like, well, what can go with my? And then I said, bush. I was just like, I'm gonna drag this fucker in the woods. So I said bush, and then next thing I know, I'm putting someone under my bush, which is a Fucking really weird place to be.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we got that out of the way.
Wait for the comments on that one.
Yeah. All right. Women, feel free to comment on that.
Wow. Yeah.
And it took us 11 episodes to get canceled, dude.
So, but I mean, like when people are like, "Yeah, I was just trying to manifest this," it's like, no, really, what you were just doing, you put a label on it as manifesting, but you were just focusing on it.
Yeah.
That's it. I woke up every morning and I spoke these things and then you what? Then you did something that
Yeah.
took you towards that goal. And
Yeah.
You did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Congratulations.
Right.
You learned how work ethic works.
Yeah, it's true,
idiot.
though, you know. So
Speak it into existence. You're dead.
just build it. They will come. Isn't that Kevin Costner?
Was it?
Field of Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was Field of Dreams. I didn't know it was Kevin Costner, though.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, well,
Back in his prime. You know, when he did Field of Dreams and Dances with Wolves, his
Yeah.
two big hit movies. Tatanka.
Tatanka, yeah.
Dude, we used to. So anyway, story time, brief
I
story
just had
time.
my story time.
So we when I was in high school, we used to do these things called buffalo runs.
Oh, I
And
remember those.
the Indian word for buffalo was Tatanka, right?
Yeah.
So we would that's how we would have to start every single one. We would yell, scream Tatanka as we're running.
Really?
Yeah.
So let me ask you.
Which I guess now is probably racist or something.
Maybe.
I mean,
But we're not racist. I think I'm a little Indian. I think I have a little Indian in me.
I got a little engine in me.
Little engine. So when you guys did buffaloes.
My name's Lieutenant Aldo Rain, and I need
So-
me 8 soldiers.
So when you guys did buffaloes back in high school,
Yeah.
was it down, back, or was it down, back, down?
Down, back, down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a difference between gassers and buffaloes.
Okay.
I think for us the buffaloes were
Was it
down, back, down.
Was it the length of the
The
field?
whole like not the width.
Oh
the
no,
length
we were
of the
going
field.
width.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
So buffaloes were the width, gassers were the length.
Okay. Yeah.
And gassers were worth obviously because they gas you out. But our coach, whenever we messed up in a game, he would call them opportunities. So he'd always yell from the sideline even if we were going over a game field, he's like, "That's one opportunity," and what that meant was you have one opportunity to make up your mistake, which means one opportunity equals one gasser or one buffalo, whatever.
Yeah.
And so there was a time we got up to like 9 or 10 gassers at the time, and dude, it was so bad, man. So we had this thing. His name was Coach Sunkiss, rest in peace. He said that if you ever want to cancel out an opportunity, I'm a sucker for Stewart's chili dogs.
Yep.
So in the middle of game film, we got up to like 10, double digit opportunities. I forget the exact number, but JR and I forget who Ronnie Frazier. Oh, I shouldn't say names over the internet, but JR and Ronnie Frazier, shout out if y'all watching. They snuck out and they went to Stewart's and they bought as many gassers as we owed him. That's how many chili dogs they bought.
Yeah.
They came. So we all went out to the field, and as we were going out to the field, these guys were pulling up in the car with all these chili dogs, and Sunkiss lost it, dude. He was in tears. He was crying. He was laughing so bad. So he's sitting there eating his chili dogs. He was like, all right. So we're all thinking we got out of him. He was like, you at least got to do 3.
Yeah.
At least do 3,
Yeah.
you know?
That's awesome.
But
I love that.
It got so bad. So when you guys did, so was this wrestling or football?
Football.
So when you did your
We ain't
buffalo-
going outside running on a football field during wrestling season, dude.
So when you guys were doing your buffaloes, did the whole team do it together?
No. So we had it was like essentially the skilled positions and then the linemen.
Yeah, we did the same thing.
Yeah.
The linemen, we had to do a buffalo in under a minute, I believe, and they would always make the linemen go first, and then the running backs and all of it, we had to make up the difference. And we had a couple straggler linemen that Coach Sunkiss be like, 49, 50, somebody better go get him. You know what I mean? So we'd have to run out and we'd have to try to, push him, across the line, and then we'd have 10 seconds to try to finish ours.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, 10 seconds for 150 yards. Yeah.
maybe not that extreme, but
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we
Fun
had
times,
we
man.
had one day there was one kid that was really struggling, man. And we had to keep doing them until he got
And you just get more tired. You,
it.
you slow down.
Well, he was getting like really slow over time,
Yeah.
and he's like, "No, we're not stopping until he finishes in the time."
yeah.
It's like,
But you know what though? I am so thankful for those times because when
Oh, I
you
love it.
feel that struggle,
Yeah.
especially at that age, that's what helps you get through the harder times later.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Just that it's an athlete mentality.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? To just keep going when you physically feel that hurt.
Hmm.
You know, so and that's why like I want to get these guys in sports. You know,
Yeah.
because just that sports drive. You know, and not everybody ends up with it later on in life. Like I
Yeah.
know a bunch of people that did sports in high school and stuff like that, and they don't really do a whole lot today.
Hmm.
You know, so yeah, I guess it's a choice.
I know for me, man, the best one that you could ever put anybody into, because it gives you basically all the tools that you need in life to be successful, is wrestling. And I know I've said this a million times, and I'll continue to say it over and over again, but there is nobody on the face of the planet that is successful like wrestlers are in any aspect of life. Like if you look at most people that are really driven and successful at what they do, go, hey, did you wrestle?
Yeah.
Some way, shape, or form. I would venture to guess a lot of them would say yes.
Yeah.
Actually, so for years and years and years and years, the SEAL teams were trying to figure out what metrics would drive people through their program, and they couldn't figure it out. They can't figure it out still, but they say that the highest probability people to make it through, BUD/S, are number one, people from the Northeast, which is hilarious. Weird, right?
Yeah.
Cold, probably.
Yeah,
Cold
maybe.
water.
Yeah.
They're just used to
You're
cold.
dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two, wrestlers. You get a wrestler from the Northeast, you might as well just
Yeah.
here's your trident.
Yeah,
like,
here you go. Send them through.
yeah, just
you know?
just get them. Yeah, next, keep going.
I think so. I think a lot of that has to do with, you know, especially if you start wrestling, or I'm talking boys specifically, at a young age. They actually say that a lot of the reasons why boys like to wrestle a lot when they're younger is that's where their confidence starts to build, and just being able to feel that fight. You know, so that's why, like, when Knox and his cousins get together and they start wrestling, instead of be like, hey, that's enough, like, I let them, you know, let it be supervised, because sometimes they can wrestle and fight a little dirty, but I'm like, go up, get it out, because that's what you
Yeah,
need.
yeah.
That's what you need.
Yep.
You know, and I think it was Jocko that I heard. He was talking about like raising his kids and stuff like that, and he was just saying, first thing I did was, I'm pretty sure it was Jocko, he put his sons into jiu-jitsu, whatever.
Yeah, I think one son,
Yeah.
and then the rest are daughters.
Right. And then he went into why it's important for them to do, you know, something like that at a young age, because it teaches them discipline, and
Yep.
it teaches them confidence, and to
Yep.
drive when it hurts, and
Yep.
you know,
Absolutely,
it's
man.
important.
Yep.
You know, and you kind of think like back to, let's even say like biblical days, or like the ancient days, that sometimes they took kids, and I'm not saying it has to be like that extreme, but they took kids at a young age to prep them for war.
Spartan
Do war.
Nagoge, dude.
Yeah.
The Spartan Nagoge, man. I think it's either 6 or 8 years old, but from that time in your life, you were taken from your parents, and essentially from the time you were 8 or 6 to 18, or 16 or whatever it was, I don't remember exactly, but somewhere in that range, you were straight up every day training to be a warrior, being taught to steal, being taught to
This is what, the Romans?
Spartans.
Oh, Spartans. Okay.
Yeah. You're being taught to do. You ever want to read a great book about it? Read The Gates of Fire.
Okay.
Yeah, Gates of Fire by Scott Dave something Prescott. I can't remember. I'll look it up in 2 seconds. But yeah, dude. So it kind of goes. It's a really detailed. That book is an awesome book. I love it. It's one of my favorites of all time. I read it when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, actually, they actually used to. I don't know if they still do, but they used to give it to Marines.
Oh,
like
really?
issue it to Marines.
Oh, that's cool.
Don't read it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a thick book?
No.
Really?
They're giving it to Marines. Dude.
That's so messed up, dude. Wow. Thank you for your service, please. Thank you for your service.
If you understand it, thank you for your... anyway,
wow.
I'm sorry. Luke, I know you're watching this.
Yeah.
We love you, brother.
I got a lot of friends that are Marines.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
Yeah, can they spell it? All right, enough with the Marine jokes. What's wrong with you?
It's not me, man. It's not me.
Come on, man. God.
So yeah, man. Where did he
Yeah.
go?
117.
I don't know. We're at...
Maybe we'll do a podcast about how to stay on track with the notes, or not. You know, it's nice when it just flows.
I mean, dude, listen. So, I mean, I know this was kind of a loose form, which is actually very hilarious and ironic, given
Yeah.
the fact that the topic
Yeah.
was supposed to be how to stay on track.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, it comes down to like a very simple equation. And like we said, or pretty early on, it's you just force yourself, you know the end state,
Yeah.
and just do what's required, man. It doesn't matter how busy you are, you can always make time. You
Yeah.
always will make time
Yeah.
for what's important to you.
Yeah, yeah. And you know one thing that I've thought about, you know, just to hit real quick. One thing I had here was, you know, proper planning and then don't be lazy. And part of this is if it takes you, and I used to do this when I used to write down my like the things that I had to do for the day. I would write down how long should it take me. Right? Because a lot of people don't do that. If a half hour, if something takes a half hour, make it only take a half hour, because there's that theory of like time expands, right? So if we know that we have a 3-hour window and we have a half-hour task, some way, shape, or form, we will expand that 30 minutes into an hour or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right? So one thing I had to do to focus myself on getting things done in the proper time was write that down. All right, how long should it take me? It should take me 30 minutes. Therefore, it will only take me 30 minutes.
We should have done that when we dropped the transmission on the car. This will take us 30 minutes.
Yeah.
10 hours later.
But that's different because rusty bolts.
Yeah.
And,
There was no rusty bolts.
No, I know.
How dare you insult?
No, there was no rusty. I don't think we ran into a single.
There was one. Remember the one transmission.
The 14. Everything else was 15,
Yeah.
and that was the 14.
Yeah.
But that's how we like the rusty one's the 14.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, if it takes you 10 minutes to do something, do it in 10 minutes. You know, don't procrastinate for 20 and then do it in 10. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Just do it in 10, and then everything else after is a bonus. So,
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week again for our rather adventurous, wildly twisty road of circular logic into how to stay on track with a busy lifestyle. Basically, do what's required, dude.
Yep.
Make time. If it's important to you, you will.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you again. This is episode 11. So thanks for
Like,
sticking around for this long.
comment,
Yeah, like,
bell
subscribe,
notification,
comment.
You know, all that stuff. All the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, leave a comment.
Yeah.
We want to hear all the women that are really mad at me right now. Please, I can't wait to hear you.
Good
and
thing
not
you're
listen.
married already, man.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah, otherwise I would just be permanently single. Like, what is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, man. But by those comments, I don't know who you're picking up. Good thing my sister's got thick skin.
She's stout. All right, I'm gonna.
Bad choice of words, dude.
I'm out, dude. I'm out before I get fired from every job I
man.
have.
All right. See ya.